Welcome back to CoalLLC, and today we are playing as the Lumberjack. Oh no, this will be bad. So this is something I intentionally avoided because it sounded horrible, and I think it is. So let's try it out. So we whirl around our axe all the time. Nice, we hit a lot of things, which is very cool. And we are playing on the shallow map because I thought if stuff is not so distant to each other, this will be a lot easier for us, possibly. But I think our real issue will be that this weapon is just very bad. But let's see, maybe we can make it work, maybe we can make it insane, maybe it turns into something that is unexpectedly amazing, that carries us and just destroys the entire game. So let's mine as much as we can. One thing I gotta admit is that it deals a lot of damage, it has a lot of AoE damage, and I do believe the small map will be beneficial to us, but I'm not exactly sure if that's really the case. It may also backfire and we can't get the things that we want. We could already submit the sapphires. No, we can't. It's not enough. But that is a lot of money. Holy moly. You know what? You did good. So the main thing that I want to do today is I want to learn the axes. There are 2 of them. I'm not exactly sure why there are 2, but we want to try out both of them. Let's double the time, and I think I will sell the axe for now and we go for the fire. This sounds a bit like a meme, but it pretty much deals half the damage of the axe. We will earn a lot more money, and this way we can... Oh my god, you're insane. Yeah, do you see the power of this? We just run at the top here, we burn everything will eventually break. I maybe should have gotten some platforms, but I think it will be fine. This is why I wanted to have this map, that we don't have to deal with these shenanigans. And whenever I want to try something new, like for example the axes today, I don't mind going for a different weapon just to kickstart the entire thing. There are pretty much 2 ways how I can play a weapon. Number 1 is we just go for the weapon alone and we check out what the weapon can achieve. Number 2 is that I do everything in my power to make us as powerful as possible to get the furthest in the game. And that is the way I want to play today. So it's not just about the axe, it's pretty much about a combination. Well, it's honestly not... Nah, it's decent. I would say you get upgraded, very good. Then we will also go for bigger inventory, and then I would say we go for a few platforms, like 32. And this is what I'm talking about. If we wouldn't have the flamethrower the last day, we couldn't have upgraded again and get the inventory upgrade. And these are very important to get ahead of the game very fast, very early. Okay, we have all of them, except they are stuck down there. I don't like that. But we have 5, good enough. We have so much right now. Our entire inventory is filled, and while I walk over this, we actually don't lose any time because I'm still burning. That is a ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, 6 times the amount of the day bonus. That's how I measure how well I'm doing. We can go for ginormous upgrade here, and I think I'll do that. Yeah, wait a second, this works out perfectly again. Because we can go for the additional time. Man, I love these insane weapons because it just works. Day 4, and today the goal will be that we try to get all of the emeralds that we need, because it shouldn't be a problem to break the gray layer. It could even be that we are so strong that we can get into blue, and that will make it easy. Does anyone see more emeralds? I don't even see what it's pointing at, our animal. And I wonder what upgrades the axe has. I'm honestly not sure. Usually I have a good feeling and it tends to be right, or somewhat right. That one of the 3 things that I think a weapon could have, they have that. But with the axe, I'm not sure. Can you increase the size of the axe? That would be insane. Honestly, that would be a lot of fun. But aside from that, spinning speed, of course. Yeah, that could also be a thing. But the entire floor is just material. It's like the entire floor is lava, but it actually earns me money. So I love it. But no way we are full again. Almost as if the flamethrower is completely broken. Okay, you're not really... you're not really showing me any upgrades. I'm getting concerned here. I honestly don't think we have gotten any more emeralds. I know we have submitted some of them apparently, because we lost a few earlier without me knowing why. Ooh, that is a lot of iron. Well, I mean, we also got silver, which is nice. But I can't believe that we already have so many issues just retrieving all of the resources. As in, I spent the entire day just walking back and forth and retrieving stuff. So we definitely have to upgrade our inventory. What a day. And yeah, we did indeed return the other 6. So I guess I partially picked them up and retrieved them. But that is also not close to the 30 that we need. So I guess it's fine. Oh, this is the first time we don't have a fitting upgrade. Like, I want to increase the stack size here. And I think this would be very good, but we don't have enough money to buy the flamethrower then. Yeah, but let's be honest, to finish the Emerald quest, we want to do that. That is just a little bit upsetting. Do we also want to go for basic water gun? Let's do that. This way we'll be able to break through the tougher layers faster. But how long do we want to stick to the flamethrower? And when do we switch? I would say we wait until we see what upgrades the axes have, like just to understand what it's about and how we use it. Okay, that is a lot of emeralds. So let's drop all of this. Hopefully we pick them up. Yep, we did it. And this is what I like to see. This is why I enjoy going to the next layer to finish these Hoover quests. Though to be fair, I would have already finished it yesterday if we just got a bit more lucky. But now we need Amethyst, and that is a tough one. You don't break this at all. Yeah, this is why we need to switch to a better weapon, but right now we just don't know if the axes are actually better. And why are there so many resources? Did I not return the material? It's like a thing I often forget. I think I didn't. There we go. The entire floor is material. Do we really want to get rid of the flamethrower decks just for the sake of the axes? Yes, we have to. I'm sorry. And when I say I'm sorry, I'm not sorry to you, I'm sorry to myself, because I'll be in pain. All of the sapphire, we are full again. And we are full again. Like, we are already full while the items are still flying back. But now we got all of it. We are full. And we are full. It's actually so stupid. Come on, please tap. We are full. Okay, good, good, good. But now we get all of the stuff here, right? Yes, we are full. Please tell me there are not that many resources here. We are full. But this time, can we hoover up a lot? We are full. Okay, but this time, all of them will disappear. We are full. Okay, you know what? I drop you for a moment. And come on, this time though. This time we get to... We are full. I totally forgot I wanted to break this because we are full. But there are so many... And we are full. But there are so many sapphires over here. I need that. Yes. Okay, let me get the sapphires. We are full. Hör auf, Junge. I don't care about... Oh my god. Dude, I can't even... Amethyst. Wait a second. Are there more? Over there. Well, I can't get there in time. Okay, what we'll do is I will drop off the coal for a moment. We'll get the amethyst. We are full again, by the way. We'll get the amethyst. That is enough for double upgrade. Holy, where are my platforms? Right, I dropped them off that we can return more items back. So this wasn't flawless. The whole goal was that we get the Hoover today, and you really notice why. Because we are full. All the time. Every single time. There are so many amethysts still on the floor. Okay, but now we are not full. Please, tell me we are full. The timer is about to run out. No, and I am running full. Yeah, I'm full again. Man, do you understand just how much money we would have made today with the Hoover? But you know what the good part is? Tomorrow, we have an already upgraded Hoover. So not only will we make... We are full. So not only will we make a lot more money, but we will also go deeper because we have a weapon upgrade. And believe it or not, we actually made more money in copper than we did in coal. And we also got a ginormous amount of amethyst. Holy moly. And now we have the amethyst flamethrower tripling the damage. But this is the moment where we start switching probably. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure. Do we want to remove the layer already? It doesn't change this much here, but it will make it faster. I would say we wait with this for a bit. Maybe I go... Weber, you can buy that multiple times? Wait, imagine it actually works out. Oh, now I want to try it. It doesn't work. Okay, let's go for the jetpack. And there we go. Everything is breaking. All of the stuff is mine. You can't change it. Okay, but this is a bit absurd, isn't it? Oh, yeah, right. We have to go for the X. I kind of forgot about that. But like the X has upgrades, right? Water, 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 water. Burn. Aren't these all rubies? Here? I don't know if we can break them, but if we can break them, then I want to have them. Like, to return them. Did the rubies break? No, I don't think so. Yeah, like, look, there are 2 rubies. I don't really care. When the biggies here break, right next to us, maybe I will consider returning them. Like, I'll check out how much is in there. Are these all rubies? No, that is copper. And it's breaking. And also iron. Beautiful. Man, I love this weapon of mass destruction. Sure, late game it's horrible, just like the poison. As in, it doesn't tick fast enough, so you don't really get a lot of resources broken. But right now, this is just heaven. You get every single thing around you. Holy moly. But holiest moly of all molies, right? Almost 200,000. Spins and carves through any blocks it passes through. Follows your cursor. Okay, for a day, we will just use this. Yes, I didn't need to sell the flamethrower, but I really don't care. And what do we use the rest of the money on? No, I would say we save the money because we need a lot of upgrades. Maybe that is a mistake, but I don't think so. Okay. Holy moly. So listen, it is not the flamethrower level, that is a given. And oh no, when you want to wet something, you have to stop them, you know? The entire speed is gone. Oh, funny. Now the speed is also gone. Okay, I don't want you again, so I will wait with the chest here. Because when you get a golden weapon out of it, it will just extend the duration. But if you wait, then you get a new golden weapon, and that is a lot better. I mean, I need to water this though. Now it's reset. Do we like the weapon or do we not like the weapon? I don't know. It's not weak. Okay, I'll say that. It's definitely not weak. Like, I see the use case for it. I just don't know if it's anything I would ever consider good. I mean, it is breaking the red blocks, and this took us forever with the flamethrower. We shouldn't forget about that. So that is also quite respectable. And maybe I will not even use the wetness. Maybe just for the super tough stuff. Because then we don't need to charge up the axe. Wait, hold on. There's already the black layer. Wait, why is everything so thin? Like, I know it's a shallow map, but I thought the black layer here is actually like twice the size of this. Oh no. This will be so impossible to get all of the upgrades. Right, that was the issue of the map. Nah, I still believe it's the best thing for this weapon. And I gotta say, after half of the day is gone, I think the weapon did quite a good job. It's not flawless, but it's a good job. Okay, how far do you go out? Not very far. I wanna put this away and see how many rubies we get here. Yeah, rubies were a major issue. Like, do you remember yesterday we couldn't break them at all? This weapon is definitely solid. How many do we have? Okay, I need a lot more of that. I think one thing that could buff up the weapon by quite a bit would be that it's not like you can switch the weapon and the weapon stays on the stage. And this only matters for the wetness damage. Okay, but you gotta be kidding me. Where are the rest of the rubies? I need the rubies. Oh god, let's get all of this in. Let's put you down here maybe. Let's get the rubies back. Does anyone see more rubies? Yeah, okay, here. Nice. Okay, we do get the next upgrade. Not sure if we needed that, but we have it for the future. But we'll never need it again. But yeah, even the other axe that spins around the player, if it would just always stay around the player, you just water and can focus on that. And that would be a ginormous buff. Even though it doesn't look like this much of a buff, it would make a big difference to make it easier. Now, can you get this? I don't think so, but we'll try it. Because this would be a lot of money. I think it's actually doing it. But holy moly. Okay, you know what? Its AoE is actually not bad. Yeah, you won't get this because we got it, like we started a little bit too late. But it would have gotten it if I started a bit earlier. Come on, you can get the gold, you can get it. I know it. I can smell it. Yes, that was so much. Holy moly. We got more than 7, you know. A part just got hoovered up by the, well, Hoover. And how much did we make today? The last date was 200,000. We do expect more because we upgraded, but I also expect less. It's the same amount. But you know what? I am more than happy with this. But which X is better? You that circles the player, or you that I can direct where I want it to be? I think... Oh, that is a difficult one. Like, for this one, I have to decide where it goes, while this one will just be with me. The issue is, it will hit less blocks. So we will go... You know what? Let's go for it. Let's just check it out again. And then I would say we also get the most powerful water gun that we can get. This way, we don't have to use it as often. I did consider shifting the rocks, and tomorrow we'll definitely do that, just to see what it looks like. Okay. Holy moly. But what a destruction power, right? Okay, where are your upgrades though? Wait, you stay. Yeah, no, of course it stays. Why wouldn't it? But now we need the water. And this is where it constantly gets interrupted. Maybe... Oh, wait. We may have miners that can water for us. And this may be really good on this particular character. You know, just to make sure that you don't have to constantly water things. We just stay with the miners. And then we have the super sped up axe. But is this one here better than the other one or not? Like, I like that I don't have to guide it around. It just follows me automatically. The problem is it makes it hard to hit some of the blocks. Like, this gold here is pretty much not damaged. That's about to break. What am I talking about? But I don't think it got damaged that much. So let's go over here. We'll just hit everything, yeah. Everything gets destroyed. Do we need the water to begin with? Yeah, we need it. Okay, let's just quickly water all of this and then charge up the axe. You know what? One big bonus is I can move around. Like, when I'm really fast, I can hit way more blocks than with the other axe. Because the other axe, I don't think moves around while I move. But I could be wrong with that. Oh, I can't decide which axe I want to go for. And we don't go for both of them. I can't use both of them at the same time. Now, is it better than the fire? No, I think without upgrades, it's definitely not better. But the moment we get some upgrades, it may actually be way better. Because keep in mind, bonus attack speed multiplies all of the damage upgrades that you get. And even though, of course, it helps the flamethrower a lot, the flamethrower is always stuck on these tough things. And we'll try to break that today. Okay, let me break in. We'll stand here. And can you destroy that? We also have a lot of valuable blocks around, so that's perfect. It looks utterly horrible, but that is what happens when you don't have enough upgrades already. I guess that is a big use case for this weapon here over the other one. The other one is a lot more limited in range. That took so long. We have to go for blue upgrades, I would say. Yeah. The issue is there aren't that many upgrades on this map because it's shallow. You know what, I'll go for the other axe. It's annoying to guide it around, sure. But we don't have to wait this long to break these things. And that is the biggest issue. As in, yes, this one hits a bigger area, sure, that is nice. But for, like, if you want to destroy one specific thing, this axe here is horrible. Holy moly. Yeah, but that is by far not enough. 400,000. I think what I'll do for farming purposes is we will go for the ruby flamethrower. This should be the most damage we can possibly get. Let's also shift the layers. Like, we only use this again to farm up for the other ones, but we hope they can actually break red. If not, then we have a little bit of an issue. I don't even need to use the water as the ridiculous part. Like, sure, it would help us damage-wise by quite a bit, and maybe I should do it on the black layer just to see if we can maybe break it with the help of the axes combined. But my point is, everything breaks so fast that I just can't even afford to switch over. It doesn't look like it could care at all. Like, not in the slightest. Holy moly, you're tough. But could we have any upgrades around us? Like, what is that? Do you see that? There are not as, like, no upgrades at all. Oh, the shallow map giveth, the shallow map taketh. There are seriously no upgrades? Okay, over there. You know what? I'll go over there. I don't think that is in range of our Hoover. But I'm only going through that we get maybe some upgrades out of today. That means we do lose... there's no way I get that right. I don't think there's a way to get that. Oh my god, it's getting laggy. Before it was 400k, this doesn't actually look that much better. We'll get the minus right now just to break the black layer. Then we get all of the upgrades, so we'll not buy more after that. It's just for that. Then we also get the fast collectors here. You know what, we can go for one more. I can't afford another one, sadly. But we can go for the angel wings, and we can also shift the rocks, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, I'm not sure if this is the right call, but it should be okay. Then we also have the miner whistle, the collector whistle, and there they go. These should be more than good enough to break everything. Hopefully. Oh god. You know what? I don't think I should have removed the layer. Maybe that was too early. I'm not sure if the collectors can keep up with all of the resources, but if we are lucky enough, then it will work out, and we'll get you, and then we use you. Where's the... There it's spinning. You know what? That worked out. Fire damage. Well, that is not the one that I wanted, but it's also okay. It's not bad. We need to break a lot today, though. I will call them over here together, and then we burn, and then we axe. Let's do this as a team. Like, the biggest upgrade that we can get right now is that we earn so much money that we get the better weapon, the next one. And this is why I want to work here and break this. Are you not watered? Wait, what? Didn't I water all of this? Okay, well, let's burn this again. And X time. They are breaking something. Holy moly. If we actually earn a lot of money today. Yes. But can you collect that? You can collect that. So what I'll do is, I will go through. Okay, there's a chest over there. Wow. Cool. Amazing. I did manage to find one chest, but you need to be good, my friend. Like, please give me something we actually care about. So, spin. Spin to win. We are the Garen player now. Oh yeah, and if you look at our coal, it was definitely worth it to go for the miners. I said earlier I don't really want to go for them, but this is kind of... If you notice that you get stuck, you always have to make sure to get someone to get you unstuck. That is usually the step, bro. In our case, it's a step miner. And yes, even though this X here looks cool, I will definitely go for the other one with the next upgrade. And what do we get? Collector speed. Cool. Did I actually take it? Yeah, but... Wow. And how are our miners doing over here? Very good. Minus speed. What is going on? Why am I always this unlucky when I want to go for a fun round? Wait, is that enough? I think that's enough for the next upgrade. Yes, that is enough. Which means we'll go for the Diamond X. And then I would say we go for a bunch more collectors. Like, we have to make sure that they actually keep up. I kind of want to go for one strong elementalist, that they have water always around them. And then we will just go for more miners, because the layer shift... that's fine. The issue is, I made the layer shift, right? And let's admit it, the shift was just wrong. I shouldn't have done that, because it made the black layer thinner, which is the main one that we are after. That was bad. Which also means now I need to upgrade the dudes enough that they can get through green. That is now the main layer, the thickest one, where I can farm upgrades. And do you have a problem with red? Oh my god, you're hitting the singular block so much. Like, if you do this right, it goes crazy. Wait, hold on. You're so good at targeted attacks. I'm not gonna say it's an insane weapon, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought it would be. Like, look at this here. Do you see how often that gets hit? That is really fast attack speed. Yeah, cool. But the irony of this, right? It's like, the moment we go away from the flamethrower, the game is like, are you sure you don't want to have the flamethrower? Huh? Are you sure? No. Okay, how many golden weapons am I gonna get? The problem is the red golden weapons, they can't break the black layer at all. And I would say, to properly showcase our current actual damage, I will water this, because then we see how fast it breaks it. Yeah, do you see that? That is insane. X damage. It does exist. Sadly, we didn't get an upgrade out of the other one. 15% X damage though. You guys need to collect the stuff ASAP. That was an insane day. And we can actually upgrade 250,000 damage. That, I hate saying this, but 2.5 times the damage. Like, you saw how bad we were with the black upgrades, right? I think we just have to go for the miners. We don't have a choice. And then we will also go for a bunch more collectors to make sure the stuff is collected. But now that we have so many miners, I may actually stay with them and just have the Hoover there. This is one thing that I learned about this map. When you have like good upgrades, even if it takes very long, you need to go for them to keep up with the game. That can also mean if you get unlucky with what you get out of it, it's horrible. They already did it. Fire damage. Okay, I don't really care about that, but that's also not bad. And now we use the miners to mine for us over here. And there's even another black upgrade, and there are two more. Okay, that one will be hard to get to, but we should be able to get there. Burn, 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 burn. Well, the burn doesn't really do anything. Nah, it's still nice to have, you know. And what do we get? Wet damage is crazy. I think we can forget about this one over here. They just get hung up on the green blocks, and that means we won't be able to break through. And this is perfect. You want to be on the side, and because they can't destroy the bottom block, they will always stay here. I just don't want them to work on the left one. This is perfect. Okay, this will break any moment. Hopefully. Come on. Any moment. Well, we just started, right? It's a little bit ambitious. Wait, it's about to break. They actually did it. Minor damage. Okay. I'm not happy about it. Like, I really want to have the X damage, but that is also good. Do we have more on the stage? Not really. And we got 3.5 million in coal. That is also good. Holy moly. What happened down there? And that looks like a good distribution, given that I will do a lot with the Hoover. But whenever we go a little bit too far, then we have enough of the collectors to get all of it. But now, okay, now is the real strength. Look at this. They demolish everything, hopefully. If not, then I don't know what to do. Come on. Yes, they did it already. This is perfect fire damage. Funny. There are no more... Okay, is this a meme? Like today that we actually have the power, there's just nothing around. Where are the upgrades? Like, is this a joke? Wetness damage, that is good. Doesn't really do a lot though. Pink diamond again. Let's go for you. You get this in seconds, right? Yes, I think they already broke it. Beautiful. Fire them. Okay. Game. Listen, I'm a huge sucker for fire, but we need to stop that. This is getting too extreme. So if I summon all of them here, are they... They are breaking that. Wait, but that's good. We need to get into green. Okay, today is a farming day, I would say. Get as much money as possible, buy enough miners to get into green. And then we don't have to mess with the black area, because that one is just not working out. Why do I have so many diamonds? You know what? I quickly delivered them. That's fine. Yay, we got the upgrade. Look at how much they have to travel back and forth to get these resources. That just shows how extreme these new layers are and why we want to go there. But yeah, we don't have enough damage to go further, but we'll be rich after this. And this is how far they managed to get today. Honestly, quite respectable, given that we were just struggling with black and now they're getting into green. But how is it looking? That is honestly a lot less than I thought. 104 million. That is a good jump though. Do I really go for only miners? I mean, what stops us, right? Again, just for breaking green very fast. We'll not go further than that. Then we can also go for one more collector as mental support. So this should mean, I would highly assume so, that we can now get the green one. I'm not sure if we really have enough damage, if we truly have enough damage. But look at what they are doing to the black. It just gets immediately destroyed. So please, do we see anything breaking? Well, that's not good. That's really not good. I don't know if they can do it, but again, the only point we have them is to do that. And pretty much what I'm doing is, I'm just going around and going for some upgrades. They are small upgrades, but even just a little bit of minor damage would be insane right now to speed up this super long mining process, but I can't wait to get a better axe. This thing has actually been a lot of fun. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's fun to whirl around. And wherever you go, everything gets destroyed. They still don't have it. And it doesn't even look close. Actually, wait a second. Holy moly, they almost have it. If I put them here, this should break any moment. Any moment. Yes, 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 yes. Wow. Collector capacity. Fire damage. Okay. Can you stop that game, please? It's, like, don't get me wrong, it is a lot of money, but last day we had 104 million. Okay, well, that is a big difference. Never mind. We are getting closer to you. And these guys will actually be good. 1484. This should speed this up so much. Like, one thing that shouldn't be forgotten is that the more you get of them, the more AoE damage they also get. Like, the further their range is. And this makes a very big difference because it pretty much multiplies their damage output. There are so many green upgrades, I have to go for them today. I wanted to farm money, but that is way too much to say no to. They still suck. Axe damage. The good news is we have a couple of black upgrades over here, so we will get them immediately. They give us the biggest jumps right now, because I don't think we can get green. Yeah, collector's minus speed to split them up a little bit more. Collector speed, sure. Oh god, what do we do? I feel stuck. Wait, do they get the diamond? Holy moly, I think now that means they can get this. Like, really fast. It should be possible. Our collectors just can't keep up. I'll help them out a bit. They did it! Minor damage. Okay, not what I was looking for, but at the same time we need them to get all of these upgrades. We pretty much want to get to a point where it takes like maybe 10 or 5 seconds to break these upgrades. Then we are happy. They open it up. Yeah, sprint speed, cool. The thing is, we could have also just gotten really lucky and there are this many black upgrades around, but okay, you know what? Let's just go through it. Let's do it. I get all of them. Wet damage. But I don't think I need to point out the real issue here was that I removed the layer too early. And I didn't do that because I knew that the black layer will be so thin. I didn't consider that when I did it. And the moment I saw it, I knew, yeah, that was a big mistake. Even more wet damage. How much did we make today? We focused on getting upgrades, but we actually made enough money that we can get the next upgrade in weapons. Oh, wow. Okay, that was very good. Endless mode. So you get sold. We don't go for you. We don't go for you. No. We go for you. Then we go for the hoverboard. We have 55% damage. Okay. Well, do you deal any... Oh? You're destroying that on your own. Wait, what? Okay, for this it's definitely not enough, but if we get all of the miners in and then we get you going at the same time and you take a while to ramp up, but once you get going... Yeah, we just broke that already. That was so fast. And how many green Yeah, today there are not that many green upgrades around. Of course, you know, now that we can actually break it, the game is like, you know what? I don't care. I don't need to be here. Finally. X damage. Yes, over the minor damage, because I can do this now. We have so much... Wait, do you think I can do this on my own? There's no way, right? But what if? What if dreams are made of these? Okay, let's take a look at this. Speed up. Speed up. Yes. Maximum power. You know what? Given that we need this with our entire combined mining power, like they are pretty much at the same speed right now, that is really impressive. Do we have... Yeah, we have more green upgrades. I think I will focus on all of them right now. I don't think I need to point out that today we made a ridiculous amount of money, but sadly, not a lot of X upgrades. So this is what I need to focus on. But it's like an RNG issue. I went for every single upgrade I could on every day, and we just didn't get a lot, but look at the revenue. We are skyrocketing like crazy right now. However, next up we need E values, you know, and that is the issue. I'm back from eating. Okay, why do we have so much sprint speed? What is going on? But I'm back from eating. That means I had time to think. I didn't think a lot about it, but I would say... We did all we wanted to do with the miners, so I kinda don't wanna buy more of them. In other words, we are now focusing entirely on making the axes as powerful as possible. Like, let's be serious for a moment. Usually when I use the miners to get more upgrades, that is a legitimate thought, you know? Like, you get the best upgrades in the game to make it as powerful as possible. Like, for example, if you go to the blue layer, the toughest one in the game. But let's admit that the moment we get there and we upgrade our main weapon, the miners are just way stronger, right? So it feels kind of pointless. So today, we will maybe buy a few more of them just to make sure that they can get the green faster and it doesn't take as long. Because right now we have to stop all the time. There are just no upgrades anywhere. What is going on? Wait, what? So the moment we are strong enough to get into orange, we'll remove one layer just to make it thicker, you know? The green layer is right now the thickest. But we want the best layer to be the thickest. Do we casually have 3 billion in coal? Okay. Yeah, that is fine. Do we want to check out our X damage? Like that I leave the miners behind and... You know what? I'll do that. I go back to the starting area. We'll also take the vacuum with us just in case they do manage to break orange. You know, our collectors can never ever pick this up. And I will leave them behind. I go over here and I want to check out how much damage we have. So, without water... Okay. You're actually really good. I mean, listen, it's without water, keep that in mind. But it's just not enough. We need a lot more damage that we can do exactly this, but to everything. So with water, this is what it looks like. We have the axe in there. It starts spinning. And it's already broken. And now we have the upgraded axe. You know what? Let's do this without water. Let's see how bad it is. I mean... Okay, I need to take the water. This is actually so bad. Now, the beautiful thing is, as long as we do have water, look at the damage that we deal. We almost one-shot. We actually one-shot the normal blocks. Holy moly. I need something that automatically shoots water around me. That would be insane. Okay. Whoa. That was so fast. Wait, do you think we are right now destroying orange? Because I'm looking at the number here and I'm like, wait a second, that jumps up way too much, like in an unnatural way. Yeah, we just hit E plus 10. Oh no. Does it mean I have to move the layers? And this is what we made in total. We have the most in silver. So, no, in gold. Surprisingly. But that's actually not that surprising. Never mind. We have it in spinel. I mean, spinel. We are not even that far away from the next upgrade. First of all, we remove the layer. Then I will make sure that we have a few of these guys. Then we'll get 1,000,000 of the normal miners. That is quite a bit. And another 191,000 in the collectors. That is probably enough for the rest of the game. I'm not exactly sure about that. But keep in mind the collectors, they upgrade, like they scale like crazy. And then they are just insane. Are we doing this? Yeah, we are doing this. Okay, X damage, perfect. That is what I was looking for. In other words, I will now use all of our miners just to carry them around and deliver them to these locations where we want to have the upgrades. We make the X as strong as possible, and the moment we get the next level X, we expect a huge damage jump. Didn't I remove the red layer? Wait, what? Why is it still there? Did I forget to get the upgrade? Wait, what happened? They definitely moved up because now orange is the biggest layer, and as long as we can't deal with pink, we actually don't want to move them up again. I just thought that I got rid of the red one. Oh, yes. How much do we have now? 1,300. That is actually just like 6 upgrades. That is not a lot. Which means we have a long way to go. We are actually very close to the blue layer. As you can see, it's right down there. And I had a thought. So there are, I think, 2 more layers that we can remove, if I'm not mistaken. What if we just buy enough miners that they can take on the biggest layer? Like right now it's orange, right? But if we remove 2 more, then it will be dark green. So we get enough that they can deal with that. But after that, only our X is allowed to outscale what we are doing. I will say there's a decent chance that this is just straight up impossible. Like, as in, we don't get enough money to get the upgrade for the X, so we are just weak. But I will try my best to get as many upgrades as possible. The only issue is there are so many upgrades, I don't get the X damage a lot. Talking about that. Wait, can they break pink? But no way they can actually do that. Let me move them away to see if it got damaged. It's actually breaking. Oh no. You know what that means? We have to go over here because our carriers can never ever retrieve all of that. And as you can see, they already jump around like crazy because they're always full. In other words, we want to put them all here. Here that they can break the pink, and that is more than fine. And I will return towards the end, but right now I will just use our X with the bonus damage. How fast? Okay. But you can't do this, right? Like, I'm not expecting it. We haven't upgraded the weapon, so I don't... Okay. I mean, sure, that was just coal. I'm aware of that. Yeah, this one is just way too tough. I mean, eventually we'll probably get it, but let's not waste our time with it. But they are breaking the pink over here. But do we have enough for the next X upgrade? And which one do we go for? That is the other question. I don't actually believe this is enough, but let's check it out. Yeah, we need just a bit more, but we are very close. Let's get rid of you. Oh, do I also get rid of you already? You know what? Let's commit. Yeah, I'm not gonna type that down. So we need to delete you. We need to delete you. Okay. Then we have 2.6 million in the collectors. And eventually we'll go for... You know what? Do we go for it? Let's just say that's 10,000, right? That looks like a reasonable number. Oh. How much? Okay. You know what? I'm happy with that. Yeah, they definitely can't get that. Like, it's not even close. Which means I can freely use them as a carry. Like, I carry them around. And we break all of the upgrades that we can. Like, the beautiful thing is that now we pretty much only have the best upgrades at the top. It may sound more reasonable to also have black there, but it actually takes quite a while to get that. Like, if you have 3 layers that you need to open, and this way we only have 2 of them, and even this one here takes a while. Minor damage, beautiful. And the next one, collector capacity. And I know you have a wonderful upgrade for me because it's wetness. Perfect. I just love sprinting with strong miners. They are not as strong as they could be, as you may notice, like we sometimes get stuck. But still, a majority of the stuff gets destroyed. And I can open up all of these chests to become overpowered. There are just so many upgrades, like we got really lucky today. Look at this, almost 3000% X damage. Not long ago we were at 1.3k or 1.2k. If we get lucky like this... Okay, you don't have to mess it up now. Come on, give me the X damage. Look at this beauty, a single one, 320%. And this is why the miners are so nice, like to help you get the upgrades, but it's difficult. Again, because if you go too far, then the miners will just take care of everything and it feels so pointless to go for the main weapon. But I also think that's more of a game issue and not of a player issue. Like if you have to limit your strength to make something significant constantly every single time, then maybe the problem is not that you didn't limit your strength, and maybe the problem is the alternatives here are not good enough. Now, I will go for the whirly because this may be more helpful to... Oh, is it though? Let's try it out. Listen, we have enough money. You know what? I will just go for both of them. And this will probably be our final miner purchase. I'm considering to sell all of these in the future and we just go for the ones that water. Because think about it, what is our biggest issue? Our biggest issue is that we have to interrupt the charge up of our weapon that gives it bonus attack speed. Because we need to water the stuff, right? So once we are strong enough and we just go... Oh god, you suck. But do you? Wait, you're actually destroying all of this. Holy moly. Holy moly. Can you destroy... Holy moly. Okay. It's not flawless, but this is without water. This is with water. Okay, you know what? I can't care about you. Like, I'll go for the... Oh, you just one-shot it. I think this may actually right now be stronger than our miners. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, the battle axe is not the way to go. Maybe there's a use for it in the future. Maybe I should check it out again with max speed to see if it's worth it. But I feel like you're left alone for too long. Like, let's try it out again. So it starts whirling. There's an upgrade. Wetness. Perfect. And it whirls. And it whirls. And now we need wetness. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is really fast enough. Like, it feels good. But it is the same speed as this one, just on a wider area. But because of that, it's less precise. So, like, why would I go for this if... You know what? You're here. Why would I go for this if I could just go for this? So the issue of this one is it doesn't get the blocks close to you, but if you kind of slowly walk through stuff, it works. But, you know, I think I'll just take this right in front of me, because then I can do this. Like, do you see how much faster this is? It's not even close. We can one-shot these with water. Huge money. Oh, they are still slow. Like, yes, they are kind of fast, but keep in mind, I want to use them to farm up the upgrades, and these probably take forever. It's open. Okay, that's still not fast enough, but we may have enough of them that I'm satisfied, where I say, okay, that's good. Maybe we'll buy one more day. Yeah, let's buy one more day that I get faster through this to get more of the X upgrades. So currently minor damage is 2000, but X damage is 5500. What I would really love to see is just like an area bonus to the X or something that helps it. I think that would be a good improvement. Like if you hit way more and start having a ginormous AoE. I think it's a viable weapon. Look at that Moonstone. Oh wow, that made up a majority of what we earned today. Yeah, I need to focus on that. But we only need one more E and we are there. 8E plus 10, there we go. That is the first E value. And we'll make sure that we have more than enough of the collectors. Okay, and a few of the water guys. Look at how much damage we have now. We didn't even upgrade our weapon, and I'm most excited about the next weapon upgrade. I still need to go with the miners right now, but I'm pretty much just aiming for the Moonstone. And funny enough, I actually destroy the Moonstone faster than the miners as long as we have water. But if you look at the goal that we used to have, that we only go for the miners for the major tier, which is the dark green one. That is the biggest layer. We have achieved that. So I will get them to mine this over here because we make a huge jump in money. In fact, I think I will even place them here because there's a bunch of silver. I will go around and get more upgrade. You know what? I'll get you. So, water. Let's see if we can do this. This is one of the super tough ones. Let's charge up. And... we're actually doing it. What is that? Is that uranium? Yeah, that's uranium. That is the third hardest material in the entire game. Oh my god, there's Moonstone. Now, I'm under the impression we may be able to get that. Okay, you know what? Let's get the miners in. Because this is a lot of money. And we did it. Now, the insane thing is, I thought down here they gave the most. Nope, it's just a lot of crystals. Yeah, never mind. We have 17G even in gold. Holy moly. Even in silver. But that means we have the Moonstone axe. That also means, and this may hurt, goodbye. Goodbye. We will also increase the max amount of employees to 500. The idea is that more of them are around, so we can make more use of our weapon. Okay, that is perfect. Already got an upgrade. How's it looking? Where are they? So you're just drawing the collectors now instead of my miners, huh? Well, you're funny. The real question, however, is... this is without water. This is without water. Wait, can I upgrade the water gun? I think I can upgrade the water gun. This is the toughest material we can find here, I believe. Why is it so laggy? Oh, no. So what we have to spend our money on... That's funny. We have to spend our money on way more of the water guys because our collectors right now completely... Okay. Yeah. Of course. Why wouldn't they, right? Why wouldn't they? Can we... Guys. I can't see anything. Can I send them back? Go away. I'll just stay with my guys. I think this is the best thing we can do. How is it looking? 8,300 is not bad, but that's also not a lot. So I'll use them now to go down. But we need to buy pretty much the max amount in these guys to make sure a lot of them spawn. Because my idea is we may even go for the other battle axe. And the goal is that wherever we walk, there's water that we can... Dude, I can't see anything. That's so stupid. Axe damage. Hey, did you want to see anything off your screen? No? Okay, that's perfect then, because you don't see anything. You know what? This is straight up so annoying. I'm just gonna go back and end the day. Holy moly. It was the Moonstone. And this should be more... Seriously? Okay. Yeah, now a lot of them will spawn. I'm a little bit concerned, but we are not even far away from this. And we don't need these to deal damage. Like, let's take a look at how much damage they deal. Because we really don't want them as a carry. And we know we can easily deal with yellow. Can they do it as well? Okay, that's not what I wanted. That's really not what I want. You know what? If we are on the same damage level, though, I think that is fine. That is manageable. Okay. Okay. For the next day, we need 250. This is way too extreme. Now, the good thing is they are doing what I wanted them to do. The bad thing is my game is lagging out. And I believe this is actually the wrong map. Wait. Shouldn't have been here. Okay, long story short, we have a big problem. So, I need the collectors, right? We all know that. But I need to buy a ton of the water guys so they even appear. But now we have so many of them that my game lags out. And right now it's fine. But the only reason it's fine is because I also bought the normal miners again. And we actually need them just to get enough money for the next upgrade. I always have this ambition that I will just manage to get enough things, like I mine enough things that we get to the next upgrade, and then I get to the point where I actually have to do it and I realize, wait a second, this is not really working out. Like, we just don't deal enough damage, and currently we have 10,000% X damage, right? That is not the most we've ever had, but if you need like 100 times the damage to break into the next layer, just that you can afford the most costly weapon in the game, and then you realize, wait a second, this times 100 is 1,000,000%. The highest I've ever achieved, the highest I've ever achieved my entire life is like 50,000%. And that is 20 times the amount. We just can't do that. Now, our collectors, they're not keeping up at all, okay? So I hope I can get all of this, that I get the other resources over there. Good, I think that worked out. Where are they going? Okay, now they're going over there. But yeah, they're constantly going back and forth. Like on the last day, I earned E plus 18. I was like, wait, what went wrong? Why was it so little? And I think the entire reason why it was so little is that we don't get to mine the... Like, do you see that E18, right? We don't get to mine the brown layer, which we mined today thanks to the miners. And that just makes everything so bad. But today we'll make the axe great again. I actually shouldn't have done that. Holy moly, the army is in. The army is in. But how are the collectors doing? They are going back. That is not a good sign. But they are picking it up. Hold on. It may be slow, but they are picking it up. And there's even more Moonstone. Let's get that. It's done. Okay, and there are 2 more. Dude, we'll earn so much. Look at our coal right now. We will check out the Moonstone. This should be astronomical. We're actually getting close. Holy moly. Did we just jump by 3 digits? Yeah. We can go to 1.37 E plus 19. Okay. Is that actually the number? Holy moly. We may not even have to break into blue with our guys. Yeah, we just... Okay. You know what? We'll just not do it. I will farm up the entire day. I will drag them over the brown area. And we are the first ones that will break blue. Hopefully. Hopefully. Did we do it? What? We have the strongest axe in the entire game. As well as the battle axe. And that also means goodbye all of the miners. They have a very big use, which is clearing the area. And you will see in a moment, I actually farmed upgrades like crazy. Until I got tired of it and just put them down. And I would say we'll spawn... Let's do 1000. Okay, 1 E plus 21. And then we also do 1 E plus 21 on this side. We actually don't care which collectors those are. We just want them to do the water. And now the real question is, the real deal. Look at this damage. 91,000. 25,500. I went nuts. I took them all over like the entire stage. And you may notice, even though like when we couldn't get to the harder areas, it's actually quite difficult to get the upgrades. But you may notice, so many of them are close to each other. It's actually insane. But the real question, can we do the blue with this insane damage? So what we'll do first is no water. Oh, don't spook me, please. Oh, don't do this. Please don't do this. Water. Okay. Not bad. There's Onyx though. Onyx is the hardest thing in the game. I don't think we can do this. Okay, I simply refuse. Like, I don't think any weapon can really do this reliably. Even the best one I've ever done, which was the magic wand, just couldn't do it. But do you see just how many resources we generate? Like, these dudes have insane problems to pick all of that stuff up. Yeah, there's just no chance. Okay, these collector sounds may just be the worst thing in the entire game. I didn't even know it's that bad. Funny enough though, we can actually do this one. It's also very slow. This is the typical strong stuff. The only thing that upsets me is we don't have a good way to become stronger, and I grinded out upgrades like stupid. Okay, guys, I would say we work together. We are using our swinging axe, and we will destroy everything around us, hopefully. It actually looks really good, because these guys are not dealing any damage to the blocks around them. Oh my god. We are actually the strongest guy in the game. These miners have nothing on us, not even in the slightest. You know, I just realized, technically speaking, we don't need the collectors. I can just get rid of them. I have grinded like a crazy person, okay? Like an absolute mad lad. And we have 148,000% X damage. We have 41,000 wet damage. In other words, we multiply our damage 1,484 times. And then that multiplied value again gets multiplied by 419%. And now the question is, can we actually do it? How far do we get with this? Okay, no problem. Absolutely no problem. Zero problems. Zero problems. Now the real deal. We get the water in. Where's the vacuum? Water. Oh my god. Do you understand? Do you understand how many chests I've opened? The highest we've ever had in a run was 50,000, and there I was already dead. We went to 148,000. And keep in mind, the water is just 100 bonus every single time I open it. I had to open that so many times. Okay. But you'll break this, right? This is just a spinal. So here's what we'll do. Tomorrow, we will look for the Moonstone. Because the only... Oh, wow. That was actually not bad. The only comparison I have strength-wise is the Moonstone, because we did that with the magic wand. Because at that time I thought it was the most expensive material, like the hardest material in the entire game. And if we can break that, then we move on to Onyx. I just would like to say, I have so many more of the upgrades in this game. This is not even a fair comparison. Okay, like for the magic wand. Because the magic wand could break it. And we also had to travel really far down because we were on a normal map. Here we are immediately there. But let's look. Do we see... Yep, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, let's go over there. We have pretty much the entire daytime to do this. This is the hardest material. Right after Onyx, okay? Right after Onyx. So. Oh, it's not watered, right? That is the issue. Yeah, that is the issue. You know what? I can already click on it. You get down there. Okay, I'll pick it up because this will be a little bit annoying. If you can't do this now with this many upgrades, I'm genuinely gonna cry. Mate. Can I... No, I shouldn't move it at all. Okay, this is the fastest we can attack. And this weapon is way faster than the other one. It's half day. It's not broken yet. So here's the good news. It will break. But I got a feeling the Onyx has way more HP than the Moonstone. And it will not even be close. We did it. We did it. It landed right in it. So let's take a look just how much we got. Wait, are you kidding me? Wait, where's my Moonstone? I know I'm... You wanna scare me out of my Moonstone? I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Hey, hold on. What? That is, I think, the first time it happened to me, but let's be honest, I don't regularly check whether the items are actually there that should be there. We have to look for the Onyx now, and I need to find it fast. There it is. There it is. It's down there. Genuinely, does anyone understand what happened there? Why we didn't get it? Is it because I wasn't using the Hoover? Wait, do you have to press E on the Hoover to return stuff? No way, right? Okay, I want to test this out if our coal goes up, if I mine the one up there. So we have 8.37 E28. No, it went up. I don't have to send it back. I don't know what happened. I don't think it's a big reason that this thing will just not get destroyed. But to be fair, this is by far the hardest thing in the entire game. Like, the value of the Moonstone per piece is E14, and of this one, it's E18, so 4 additional zeros at the back, and that is a very big difference, which you can see in how much HP it has. But even with this amount of upgrades, I honestly thought we would get there, because the magic wand managed to do it, but this, like, with way less upgrades, but this one just can't. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. See you the next time.